Don't you have it in
Sorry?
Chinese subtitle?
Now because I'm going to have another show at the Cube, in Gongguan MRT.
Yeah.
So now they're translating the.
Okay.
You will have the Chinese title.
February.
我们会在哪里放的？
公馆那边的一个立方空间，一个展演空间，明年2月会播放。
Of course, it's very slow because it's very difficult because I spent 1 year to edit this short film. Unbelievable. And then at the end, I decided to take all the sound, just use the image and my narration. And I myself, I don't know why I changed it. Because we talk about a little briefly about the film. I mentioned before, the idea was to film about my parents. Because I was kind of annoying with them. Annoying, angry that they don't really share the story, they hide everything. And like Supan has said that all the parents in Cambodia, when they reach this, I mean the parents who reach during the time, the war time, when they reach the dramatic part, they just stop. They stop continuing the story. And my parents too, when they reach the part that my sister was dying, they cut, they just stop. To be continued, they just stop. Yes. And also the part that I remember very well, the part that my sister was dying. And then and that part really, we have small photograph of her on the wall. Because that's the story, I look at her, and then years later, it reminds me about my sister, the photograph of my sister and the story, the unfinished story actually that my parents have told. And sometimes the souvenir, the memory, arise about her. When I listen to the music, particularly the music. And I listen to the music, classical music, that recall the memories about the story of my sister. So, and then 2015, I said to myself, I cannot live like this. I have to do something, to find out. I would like to ask my parents to finish the story. Otherwise, I carry an unfinished story, and it's annoying. So, but of course, I have made many footage, and in my script, I have to pretend that I have to find my sister, which I don't have any hope at all to find her grave. You need the translation? No.
Yeah. You can.
Just go like this. I can speak English, right? Straight away.
No, I think you're talking to
yeah. Okay.
就是他刚讲了他就是这个电影的这个过程，然后他就说他家的墙上有一个他姐妹的照片这样，然后一直在提醒他关于他姐妹的事情，然后他一直觉得就是好像有点烦人嘛，困扰这样子，然后后来到今年之后，他觉得他必须要去做这样的一个作品，然后他可以去让这个故事有一个结尾嘛，就是他然后所以他就去问了他的父母关于这件事情，然后就是柬埔寨父母通常对于这些之前就是红色高棉啊这些过去的故事是很想要去把它隐藏的，通常不会很想要去讲这样，对，差不多是这样。
And of course, in the script I have to pretend that I have to find my sister, and I would like to have my sister images, really in the center of the film. So my sister was just like a ghost, you know, in the film. You can see her everywhere. Yeah. That's the first idea. That was the first idea.
他的第一个想法是就是他姐妹有点像是这个影片中的一个鬼魂，这样就是在所有的角落。所以刚刚就是有些影像可以看到说什么，他可能是在这啊，他可能是在这还是在那里。
It's just like a half fiction, half documentary film.
有点像是。
But this was at the beginning. Then it changes.
Yeah. That's why I had to pretend. I had to find my sister. You know, it's like a documentary. You know, you go and find someone, right? And then my father was thinking that I was so curious about my sister's grave, you know. And then after I showed him the official maps to show the place where my sister was buried, and he said, well, I cannot recognize anything, you know, on the map. Yeah. And then I left him, but a week later I returned to him again to say, well, I'm going to the site to the north of Cambodia tomorrow, the site, the place where my parents used to live during the Khmer Rouge time. Yeah. And then he said, well, my father said, well, now since you would like to find your sister's grave, so now I draw you a map. Hand drawing. Yeah.
所以他一开始在问他父亲关于他姐妹这件事情的时候，他爸可能只是觉得他就是对他的姐妹的墓很有兴趣，所以一开始他给他一个地图的时候，他就说我没有办法辨识就是任何的位置。但后来因为1个星期过后，他又去找他爸爸的时候，他说因为他要去柬埔寨的北边，然后那里刚好是他父母以前在红色高棉时期住的地方，然后他的父亲就说好吧，那我既然你好像很想去，那我可以画一个地图给你这样。
And on the map, it is really easy to find the grave.
所以其实他父亲应该是很知道那个位置嘛，就是。
Which I don't really believe in this map. Yeah, I don't believe in the map that it gave me. Yeah. And then you get.
所以他不是很所以他画的地图其实很有确切位置，但他不是很相信。
The map says, you know, you go on National Road number 5 until you reach kilometer something, you know, kilometer 300 something. Then there will be a road that you turn right, you know, and then you turn right, you continue on the road. Of course, you will see a Buddhist temple called Ta Pon, which means in English, grandfather Pon. And of course, I go with the map, and then of course I saw the temple, Buddhist temple. I continue. Then it says on the map that and then you take second left. You go on and second left. I take second left, and then he said, well, I have to ask the people around the village. And I take second left about 100 meters. Very precise, actually. I did what he said in the map. And then I asked. Normally in Cambodia we have to ask a village chief, the chief of the village, the person who's supposed to know everything about his village, you know, from Khmer Rouge time today. Yeah. And then I met the village chief and asked him if he could bring me to the graveyard, the Khmer Rouge graveyard. And then I asked him if there are any graveyards by the Khmer Rouge, and he said, oh, there are many around here. And it's another question. And then I asked myself, how could I find that the graveyard on the map? You know, my sister's grave. And then I had the idea, you know, I called my father when we walked to the one of the graves, and I called my father and then asked him to talk to the village chief to identify the site. Yeah. And my father said that the site that he buried my sister is under 2 mango trees.
Is there 2 mango trees?
Yeah, there are 2 mango trees. And if you stay in front of 2 mango trees, now he said now they are very big. He thought. And then on the left hand side there would be bamboo trees. Of course, for the first time we went to the wrong side. And then when my father talked to the village chief like this, and then I think that's another one. And then we went back to the one next to the graveyard next to the village. And then they both talked again. And talked to him. He said, perhaps it is the right place where your sister buried. And then I kind of like, because it is now the rice field. So people cultivate the rice, they plant the rice on top of the human remains. They don't take the bones out. They just put more land, more soil, and then just make the rice on top of the grave. And I realized that there are many graveyards like this in Cambodia, thousands of graveyards. Sometimes you see the rice field, beautiful landscape, but no, underneath is the bones. Yeah, it's the bones.
他刚刚就在描述，就是他们在寻找这个他姐妹墓园的过程，然后他就说他爸爸其实记得还蛮清楚，就是什么走几号公路啊，然后看到某个庙右转之类的。然后后来他在找这个墓园的时候，就他们会先去找个村长，然后那个村长他就是会对这个地区这个村庄的历史很了解，然后他就跟他说他要找墓园这样，然后那个村长就跟他说我们这里有非常多的墓园。然后后来他就让他爸去跟这个村长，他们一开始找的是错的，后来就找到他爸所描述有2个芒果树的中间，然后旁边是有竹林什么之类的。然后所以其实他刚刚说到，现在很多，比如说你现在看到柬埔寨美丽的那一望无际的稻田，然后下面可能都是这些就是墓园，这些人的遗骸，他们并没有被就是移开这样子。
And until these days, we only have a few signage for the graveyard. Sign that say this is graveyard, my old graveyard. Only a few.
就其实没有很多的标识去说这个可能就是红色高棉的墓园。
For my case, the graveyards that I've been to, the north of Cambodia, where my sister was buried, there's no sign, nothing. Just my soul.
就看起来就只是一个稻田而已，并没有什么标识。
So when I encountered my sister grave, I asked my field team to stay away for a while because I was so emotional and scared, and I seemed to stay away for a while. So and then I had to do something for myself because it's kind of I was in the middle of the shock. So one thing that I had to do is to write down everything. So that the result, the text is the result. Meaning that I stay on the ground, I stay on the graveyard, and then I wrote down everything.
在那个时候，就是他找到那个他姐姐的墓的时候，他有就是希望他的团队可以在那边停留一段时间，因为他有点像是有点震惊当中，所以他就当场写了一些就是那种，然后就变成他后来的一些他的独白这样。
And people say that it's kind of a poem. But that time I was not trying to write a poem, but it just when you really scared and you try to do something, that's the sound of it.
就他那时候写了一些文字，然后人家可能会说很像诗一样，但他其实并不是真的是想要做诗，只是他在那样的一个恐惧当中，他会想要写下一个东西。
Yeah. Because that time when I was writing, I don't have any notes or reference. I just try to see myself inside, and then write everything down. Without, you can say that I write without fear. Write down.
就是那个当下，只是不停的在看着他的内在，然后写下他的感受。
And that the moment I think all the rationality and logic, cannot really help you. They all just break down.
就在那个，比如说，可能说所有的理性啊，所有的逻辑，就是没有办法帮助你，就是只是有点跟着你的感觉。
And I think only the sense of poetry can really understand. It sounds really mystical, mystic.
就是在那当下好像只有这样的诗，就是他那些字可以帮助他，有点像是某种神秘学这样。
And then that's the moment that I realized that life has no beginning and the end.
就是生命是没有开始跟结束。
Yeah,